Hello there and welcome to a bit of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Hope you're all having a pleasant time. At least better than I am. I tried to record this part previously, last week, when you get this, because, well, we just fucked up basically as ever. And I was actually willing to blame Sony Movie Studio on a lot of the problems. However, Elgato insisted on being the image of my ire, the object of my ire, and decided to, no, we're gonna fuck up. This is what's gonna happen. We are gonna take the blame this time. So thank you, Elgato, for taking the blame for Sony Movie Studio, because you fucked up the record last time. So now I have to do it again. Hallelujah. Anyway, and I, like a fucking idiot, I forgot to read Super Spyro fans' comments. I didn't even look at the previous part to have a look at them, to get even a remote idea of what they could, because I deleted this footage, like a fucking idiot. So, now, we've got to do this all over again. I apologize if I'm wheezing, I don't know why I am this morning. I'm not out of breath or anything. In fact, I'm actually trying to get fit because I spoke to my doctor 2 weeks ago, and I've since been trying to cut down on sugar and things like that, and monitoring my recommended daily allowance of salt, carbohydrates, sugar, all those good things. So, how many eggs have we got? We've got 20, haven't we? So we're going to do...
Do you like the active camera mode?
No.
Okay.
I very rarely notice the camera mode. Oh, that's much smoother.
At last, my portal is working again. Come visit me at the Tiki Lodge.
So these guys used to sound like, come visit me at the Tiki Lodge! Instead of that accent. I was going to say Aussie, but honestly, again, I'm completely accent deaf, so... It might be Vietnamese for all I know. So yeah, so I'm trying to cut down on sugar, trying to get a bit more exercise, and so I'm going to be doing my half hour a day walking. Not much, I know, but that's what my doctor recommends. You're supposed to be doing half an hour of physical activity every day, face. Or at least 5 days a week anyway. So I'm going to be doing a walk today while this is fucking about in editing. So I must admit, I'm not a huge fan of Molten Crater. Not a bad level by any means, but
running rampant around
just
here,
not one that
but
I'm
I
overly
can't get
fond
anyone
of.
out of the Tiki Lodge long enough to do anything about it.
Oh yes, one comment I do remember, Super Spyro fan, is I have moved the microphone from near my PS4, so that might have been the cause of the buzzing sound, to my right here. So it shouldn't be picking up the PS4 too much. My PS4 is making really weird sounds this morning. As though it's damaging my disc. It better fucking not do so. Jeez. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Molten Crater. I do love the lighting in this level. I really do. It's absolutely astonishing. This is one of those... I'm really glad that this game didn't come out any sooner. Because if it did, the lighting would have sucked. Because Unreal Engine was really, really bad for its lighting. I'm not forgetting this egg like I did before. Shout out to all the Rickies of the world. Yeah, Unreal games had really bad lighting, especially with the anti-aliasing is quite a big problem with it. Oh, shit! Is that the first time we've died? It's got to be one of the first times we've died, surely. In this game. Yeah, like the particle effects would sometimes be a bit too much. Like anything that was gold sort of had like a shine to it, like a metallic shine. Like seriously, look at Eisenberg, Xenos. That is absolutely fucking awful to look at. It really is sometimes. I mean, it's a beautiful game, but the lighting in AA ruins it, or lack thereof, perhaps. There's so many jagged edges and Christ knows what. But yeah. Horus Heresy as well, Betrayal at Calth. I haven't seen much progress with that, but that didn't seem to be in Unreal Engine anyway. Lots of games didn't. And I'm talking about Unreal 4, I should say. But this game gets its lighting right for the most part. The particle effects do look nice. The metal is just right. Yeah, the Toys for Bob know what they're fucking doing. I certainly hope so, given how much experience they've had. Now, already I'm going to be talking about Anthem once more, because I'd actually like to apologise to BioWare on something. I had previously said, you know, at the end of the day, who couldn't make Anthem, like as if it was an easy thing to do. And, you know, fair enough, I stand by that. However, I must add a caveat. Speaking of engines, who couldn't make Anthem, ... with the Frostbite engine? Now, I ask this because Frostbite, I'm sorry to say, is a very fucking horrible engine. Its main developer, the user, is the DICE, the makers of the Battlefield games, with the exception of Hardline and... shout out to all the curlies of the world, and Battlefield 5, I believe that was developed by Criterion Games. Now, Visceral Games have made Battlefield Hardline and haven't done that very good a job with it. Not that it's a bad game as such, I personally really like the premise, but because of the engine, a lot of stuff wasn't really working with suspension of disbelief. Like, for example, like submachine guns were just taking out, you know, like armored trucks or helicopters and things like that, you know, which is obviously taken from previous Battlefield games as part of the code. You had things like Battlefield 4's launch. You had Battlefield 5's launch. Battlefield 5 apparently had done really, really badly. I hadn't followed the news on that, admittedly. Well, because everyone was too busy shitting on Anthem like myself. I do like what they did with Sergeant Bird's helm there, by putting an ace of spades there. Instead of like a cigarette packet or something, or like War is Hell, or bury me upside down so the whole world can kick me out, kiss my ass.
Just in time. I saw 2 egg thieves run through this door. Well, actually they paid me to guard their hideout, but that's irrelevant. I'll happily let you through the gate to chase them down for a small finder's fee.
So, the Thieves' Den.
Thank you, Spyro.
We're entering
And
now
best
to get
of luck
the,
catching those
I think it's 2
dastardly
Dragon
egg
Eggs and a couple of
thieves.
gems. And a skill point, I do believe. Best of luck catching those dastardly thieves. Well, thank you very much.
Are you the looking for?
So yeah, then you've also had, I mean, it's not just those games though, it's not just Battlefield games, Visceral Games, before they were shit-canned, they were supposed to make a Star Wars single-player game with the Frostbite engine. And a lot of the code that you see in Dragon Age, Inquisition, and Mass Effect Andromeda, other games made with Frostbite, exist because of that game. So things like a save system, a manual save system, you know, I think like even talents and inventory system, all these kind of things exist because of Visceral's work with the engine before, again, they were shit-canned. Ooh, nice. Okay, so we don't need a supercharge to break that wall open there. But we will need a supercharge to bring that open. We can't charge it. So, we're going to catch 60, or attempt to anyway. I had a bit of trouble with this before, even though on the original trilogy I had no trouble at all. Again, not complaining, it's a nice bit of challenge. So yeah, so even with Battlefield 4, it goes to show that DICE, without the time to work their engine, aren't that great a developer with their engine. And they're like its primary users. If I think they even designed or coded the engine. I've done the most code with it. But yeah, I mean, what got me thinking about this was not just this game, but like I was playing Mafia 3, completed it, loved it, fantastic story. If you like the second game, I would recommend the third. A lot more gameplay, but it's very obviously repetitive. So now we're going to get the other thing there. Oh yeah, shout out to Moira as well. That's my favourite dwarf in Warhammer. Warcraft. Moira Thorson. So now we're going to use the supercharge to catch this thing. Previously, he glitched out and he'd actually landed on the floor, and in fact, he might have done it this time as well. Oh no, he hasn't. No, he's gone back up there. But yeah, he'd actually like landed there, and he couldn't move. He couldn't move, so I was just like, I was just gonna kill him that way. So that was quite funny. See, the problem is I'm jumping at the end. I shouldn't. I think the problem is I'm getting ready for another level coming up. I might do 2 parts today. Oh, nice! Shout out to all the Kermits with 2 T's today. So yeah, I was playing Mafia 3 and I love the game and the engine's fantastic. And I was thinking, right, what engine is this then? Because it's not Unreal, because the lighting's too good. And it's a bit too washed out anyway. It's not Creation Engine, it's not Havoc, it's not, you know, Game Spy, I think it was that. You know, all these kind of things that exist in other games. So I was trying to go through all the engines I knew. It's not Source. So I think, what the hell is it then? And then I looked it up, and it was the Illusion engine, which is 2K's engine. 2K is the publisher of Mafia 3. And apparently it's a reworked Mafia 2 engine. And Mafia 2 is bloody brilliant. It runs absolutely gorgeously, and it should. Now, unfortunately, we can't get all the gems here, and we can't get all the eggs here, because we need Sergeant Baird. So, we will be moving on to the next level. In fact, I think we're done here. Yeah. If we missed any level eggs in the thief part, they can go fuck themselves, frankly. But we're on a nice round number, so we should be okay. Fingers crossed. So yeah, I mean, Rockstar had taken 8 years in development to make Red Dead Redemption 2 and online's not been doing too well. Surprise, surprise. So, I mean, even then, it's like the management for that game was great. They had a beginning, middle, and end. I mean, I can see where feature creep came in, with things like the hunting mechanics being big, with the...
Do you like the...
Oh, for fuck's sake, Zoe.
Okay.
No. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go here now.
Yay! My portal is working. I'll see you at the beach.
The voice acting is very much similar to the original, in my opinion, with those seals. Sorry, I'm just listening to the audio, seeing how it works. I've not bothered plugging it into the TV today. My headphones into the TV. I'm plugged into the PC, so unfortunately it will pick up my voice because it's too loud through the TV. Still haven't figured out how to turn down the volume yet. I think what I need is some speakers, and then plug the headphones into the speakers, and then turn down the volume that way. Because I'm just plugging it, because this monitor doesn't have speakers. I mean, very few of them do. I feel. I think it's because they expect you to have like a headset and things like that with adjustable volume. I suppose maybe I could turn it down in volume mixer. I don't know if that would work, but might be worth a try. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm an idiot with these things. But yeah, it's like Red Dead Redemption had its own engine, the Rage engine, and it works spectacularly well. Again, you get like you get one big load screen at the beginning, and that's it. And then that's it. The entire game loads spectacularly well. You know, maybe there's some loading in cutscenes and things like that, but at least it's using cutscenes to load. At least the cutscenes are good. You know, Anthem sort of has none of this. Sorry, scratching my nose there. So yeah. I like what they've done with this book. Honestly, I love what they've done with a lot of...
You want a quick summary of your progress in a world? You can press the guidebook button to...
The Year of the Dragon. Sansura Games, I figured the name out. It was Sansura Games who'd made it. Not Yakuza Games, as I thought it was. So I'm playing Yakuza 0 while I'm downloading Destiny. Destiny 2, really good illusion shooter. And, yeah. It's alright. But anyway, yeah, Sansura Games, they had done Secret Agent Clank. They had done quite a few PSP games with the sort of, I think, Jak and Daxter brand as well. Yeah, they're more like a movie tie-in, you know, developer. Oh. Haha! Sorry, I love that. That was my favourite thing in North Cove. If every single enemy consisted of that, this game would just be 10 out of 10. I would love that. I want a mod of this game where enemies just throw barrels. And with physics too. That's just brilliant. Or maybe not. I don't mind. I've got some gems to collect in that water over there. I just want to have a look around here. Is there anything I'm missing at all? But yeah, Sansura Games, they've done quite a few things. And some that were quite impressive as well. And I failed to remember the names. Because I didn't fucking look them up. Because I was so eager to record this morning. It's like, just get in there. And shout out to all the Jasons of the world. They missed a great opportunity to make a hockey mask out of his eggshell there. This is one of the gems I missed in my previous attempt to play this. Yeah. Yeah, it's... I had made quite a few mistakes and missed a few gems, but it's good to sometimes not be able to master the game immediately. I mean, so far we've not really had any trouble with that, but still, yes, I really am boasting about being able to beat each of these games. It's like 10 years to do the second one, the first time. Well, I mean, that's how I remember it. I don't think it was 10 years, I think it was something like 8. I better not tell myself that, otherwise I'll ruin my own skill and how difficult the game was. But yeah, Sansura Games, good game developer. They've done wonders with this. Yeah, got a hand in it. And to say they had a little experience as well. Yeah, I'd be if they were to do any other Spyro remasters, I'd be confident with that. In fact, I'd like to see them do more games. So I will be following them quite closely. So if ever they've got any news, anything in Kickstarters and anything like that, I will be sure to get down with that groove or something. I don't fucking know, I'm an idiot. Get down with that girl. Get down, you dancing fool. Dance.
To get more
until your bones are tired, dance. Until you're feeling wired, dance. Get your hormones fired, dance, dance. Pants on fired. I don't fucking know. That was the song Dance by Motorhead. It's a very good one actually. I do like their sort of rock, their sort of more traditional rock and roll and swing stuff. Motorhead only made one song. No, I'm trying to say. I've got to give that to them that they are very talented musicians. I love Whole House Blues. I love Back to the Chain Again. I love I'm Leaving Here, Lost Johnny. I mean, I'm just listing the ones that are very different to what you normally expect. But even then, I think their Bomber album is so underrated. Like Poison is, like, for a time, was my absolute favourite song of all time, without a shadow of a doubt.
My plan worked. That dumb octopus dropped the jail key while he was shaking me. Now I can free my friends.
Oh yeah, I noticed something as well. All these seals, their names begin with S. So you got Stanley, Stu,
I have to tell you,
Steve, probably, Sigourney, Satanus, etc., etc. So now we're going to get the last few gems, and then we're going to get the eggs. Hurrah! I've gone completely off topic from what I was saying earlier about Anthem and that, but I still stand by, it's like, who couldn't make Anthem, but really, because it is such an unremarkable game, but I have to wonder how much content was cut because of this. We really want to do this cutscene, but the engine that EA's forced all of its employees to use won't play nice, so we've had to cut it out. And BioWare have made their distaste for the engine known.
Used to have a dragon egg for you, but instead I used it to
By saying that it's a Formula 1 car, that when it works really well.
That it made it
When
to
it
the
doesn't
end of
work,
the
it'll let you know that it doesn't work.
Bad news is that there's no way.
And that, to me, is not the sign of a good engine. I mean, to be fair, you can make any game genre with any engine,
The tunnel is
but
chock full of Rhinox. and
you will have to
floating
make
mud.
compromises and you will have to
The
code
only way
in a
to
lot of
retrieve
stuff
that
yourself.
egg
You couldn't really
is to
make an
every
open world
single
RPG
Rhinox
with
in the
Quake very
tunnel.
well, but you could still make the most bare bones thing with it. Thing is, Frostbite's only good at one thing, and that's Battlefield games, and even then, without the time and developer, good luck with that. So I'm going to pause very quickly to talk about the mechanics here. So basically, it's on auto charge. We have to charge all the Rhinox here with their very generous hitboxes, I've noticed. And we've got to avoid the mines. We can't actually move ourselves. So I've just got to charge into that, and I can let go of the charge button, and now I'm just using the left stick. Now, I quite enjoy this minigame when it works, because there are times when you'll have things like that where there's nothing I could have really done to get myself around that corner any better. So unless I maybe go right to unless I go maybe in the opposite direction, it's like here, so stay on this side, stay on this side, then charge in like, no, that didn't work either. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble. I did this first time last time. This one normally doesn't give me any grief whatsoever. It's usually the one in Dino Mines that's the problem. Oh yes, that's another thing as well. Super Spyro fan had mentioned that the face on the coin in Mystic Marsh is also one that's on the wanted poster in Dino Mines. And it was someone who had
This egg has surprisingly good fluid dynamics.
worked at Insomniac, but had sadly
All of our submarines will
had
be
passed away from complications with medicine. I believe it was stated to be an overdose. Shoutouts to all the dukes there who are kicking ass and chewing bubblegum. I certainly hope that you have plenty of bubblegum, and there won't be any need to kick any ass whatsoever. So rest in peace, that guy whose name I forgot. That sounds awfully disrespectful, I apologise. But yeah, apparently he was one of the lead guys.
Oh, hi, Spyro. Some of my seal friends are trying to take down a Rhinoc fortress. I'm about to go and lend a foot. I love the smell of singed Rhinoc in the
Go
morning.
and lend a foot. I love the smell of singed Rhinoc in the morning. Smells like victory. Now, there's only bullets here they have to look out for. Huh! No. Okay, good. Oh yes, Sheila can swim. Not as funnily as the original, in my opinion, but yeah, oh Christ, cannon now. Aha, with no homing projectile. Thank Christ for that. Now, I really wasn't looking forward to doing this part originally, because this minigame, I hated in the original. I can't stand this. You'll see what it is if you've never played this game before. Of course, considering I only really have one regular viewer up for this stuff, you will know what it is. Seriously, if you watch these videos, make yourselves known, you know? Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Let me know your bits of Spyro trivia. Let me know your experience with the games. I love it. Box of sand here that we've got to crush, but oh, for fuck all, right, okay. Anyway, that's going to play a big part in this.
Hi, Sheila. The Rhinox have built a fortress on our beach, and we're going to blow it to smithereens. We just need you to take out all the turrets for us. We're lighting the bomb now, so just make sure to stomp all those turrets before the fuse.
Now, I must admit,
Okay?
I haven't been following the time. I haven't put the timer on. So, I have no idea when we need to stop. However, what I'm going to do is I am going to... is I'm going to stop when we get to the next lobby and completely clear it out. Now, what we're going to do here is we've got to destroy all the cannons and all the Rhinox spawning gates. Now, the cannons explode when they're destroyed. That allows for a nice effect that will destroy everything nearby. Now, I originally thought I had the trick to going all the way down, but I don't know how to really do it. I don't know if you tap rapidly as you're slamming down, I don't know if you press triangle again, I don't know if you go right to the edge of the box, like here, and then you slam down. Oh, because it didn't do it there. But it did it previously. I don't know if we're going to make a super high jump, like that, which seems to take out 2 boxes, I believe. I mean, I landed there on an enemy, and then I slid down, just slightly off,
Wow! I can't believe I survived
and
that
took
blast.
out the rest of the stuff there.
It's a good thing I
But yeah, you
kept
have
the
to
egg
foot
nice and
stomp
safe
it.
in my pocket.
Shout out to all the mollies of the world. I don't think I've ever seen it spelled like that before. It's usually with a Y, but still. So now we're going to collect the rest of the gems, and then we're going to move our asses on. I think those ducks were from Metropolis. I think they've actually been creatures in quite a few games. Anyway, so we've got one last thing to do here in this level, and that's to take out Bluto. Sorry, I'm just looking at the water. It's a bit too deep for my liking. I like when you can see the bottom of it, like in previous games. I'm just fucking weird like that, that's my problem. Well, of course, you've probably figured that out already. Anyway, no, it just doesn't feel like quite a clean transition. So now we go up here. So where the previous minigame was there. We just go up. And we're here. Now I had read a review of this. I think it was. Was it the
Pluto the Rhinoc has challenged us
Eurogamer's
to a battle.
review
Our
of,
speedboat versus his nuclear shark submarine. If we win, we'll get the dragon egg he's guarding. If we lose, we'll have to spend a month doing kitchen
of Spyro, the Reignited Trilogy.
What do you say?
I mean, I've seen a lot of negative reviews of it, and I am willing, and honestly, I am not the kind of person who lives in ignorance. I want to hear negative things about Spyro, because I can't think of any. I'm not saying that really as a sort of like fanboy response. It's like I really don't know what people have a problem with, because then I want that to be addressed. Obviously I want more fans in the series. I want to know what people liked and didn't like. And I was reading a review, and someone was saying that like they couldn't figure out a lot of the stuff. Like they had to look around for things. I'm thinking, well, you are playing a collectible. And a lot of reviews are like that, where it's like they don't seem to understand the genre of game they're reviewing. Very quickly interrupt to talk about this, so we obviously have an enable battle here. I'm pressing the X button to accelerate. It's a lot slower than I remember. Like, these missiles were quite dangerous, very threatening indeed. And we just got to shoot the shark, and it's easy as piss, unless you've got a kidney stone. Let's go see how my sync is. Once again, I've gone mental. Oh, I'll make sure he doesn't go out of my box as well. Oh shit! On a biscuit. There. And we hit him. Okay.
Wow, that's the first time Pluto has ever lost.
I like that minigame,
must have it.
but it's a lot slower. Yeah. So anyway, I will admit that in Spyro 3 you actually have to look around a lot. You have to use the camera a lot more liberally than you would anywhere else. Shout out to all the Jackies of the world. In no other game are there so many things where you've got to be like, look up and see a cave, you know? That was a big part of Sheila's Elf. But yeah, that became quite a big thing in Year of the Dragon. But I mean, it's not as grievous as Ukulele. Wherein, you know, like, the most basic collectible is hidden where you need those instincts. I think I've said all this before in a video, I'm sure I have. So there's that. But yeah, I was also reading as well that the author couldn't figure out Buzz. For context, Buzz is the first boss of this game. Buzz... Well, first of all, let's not even look at Buzz, let's look at Spyro. Spyro has two strategies, two attacks, alright, besides combat roll. He has a charge and he has a flame, and that's it. Now, if you can't figure out a boss, when that's all you've got in your arsenal, you're doing something incredibly wrong. Yeah? Buzz is as simple as you get. You just charge the boss into the lava. There's nothing else to the fight. Other than... quite simply moving out of his way when he chases after you. And it's called Buzz because I think he acts like a buzzsaw. That's one gem. Just now looking for another fire, I believe. What's up there? In the minigame? Apparently so. Ah, it's down here. We hadn't gone down here, had we? How silly of me. I'll take that. That was fucking stupid of me. How did I fail to not come down here? I love these little pools. I like that. Yeah, I should have done. That's my fault. After criticizing a journalist who couldn't play the fucking game. But yeah, it's hard to believe that this critic had actually played the original trilogy. I don't know about to completion, but still. And didn't expect things like this. I don't want to be too harsh on you know, not everyone plays the games as religiously as I do. Let me rephrase. Nobody plays the games as religiously as I do. I haven't done flame on reasons anymore. Well, I think we did that before. I don't give a toss about the skill points at this point. I will do that out of, you know, off camera, because until the Elgato stops pissing me off and Sony Vegas gets its arse in gear, I am not bothering with things like that. I might do a special episode, or a couple of special episodes. I haven't decided what game I'm going to do next. I really don't want to do it on the Xbox 360 or PS4. I'd really like to maybe do Godfather on Xbox 360 or Godfather 2, but maybe as one-offs, I'll have to see. Because I wouldn't mind playing those games, to be honest. But I would like to find other games to do. Sorry, I'm asking about. So one of the things as well is that when you rescue someone, or rather when you, instead of getting a talisman at the end of the level like in Spyro 2, you actually get a person from the level. And you can actually talk to each of the individual ones before they get added to the balloon. And they have different tasks.
Just hop in the balloon now. Don't ask me how it works. I just showed up for the punch and cookies.
So before, I don't think you could actually talk to each of them once you'd unlocked them all. You couldn't talk to the previous one when you'd unlocked the next.
The balloon's all ready, sir. Just jump on.
So, before we do that though, we have got a bit of business to conclude here, because we have missed a level, on purpose of course. We're going to do Mushroom Speedway. that looks absolutely gorgeous. There's something about that makes me think, yes, that is Spyro. That looks gorgeous. Don't know why. Maybe it's because it's phallic. I don't fucking know. I've lost my train of thought. I was talking about... Oh yeah, this review I was reading. There's only so much that you can do wrong with Spyro. You know, it's like you charge the small enemies and the armored ones, you flame the big ones. You know, it's not fucking hard. But still. I don't envy the person who had to do Spark's voice in the remaster, assuming, of course, that their voice has been done again. I doubt very much that they has. I think they might have just ripped the audio from the original. If they did do the voice, though, well, good on them. Personally, I think it's a waste of resources. You know what resources could have been used? Those resources could have been used on putting all 3 games on 3 discs. Oh, shit. Because where's the problem with the option? I'm still mad at that. It's like, it's one of those things that I'm never going to let go. This game will never be a 10 out of 10. Soon it won't even exist at all. So, and it's because it's not on 3 discs, or 1 disc. Or at least the option isn't there, I should say. I mean, I've seen more than now, sorry. Sorry, I'm picking up my lips again. I'm seeing more and more people saying they don't bother with physical media when it comes to, like, online-only games because, well, it's usually just a download code anyway and things like that. And a lot of these games aren't too transparent with that. Like, they even put in, like, a sort of cardboard disc in the case to even give the illusion of it, instead of just having a download code of it. Because, you know, it takes up more shelf space, it looks better, you know, it's for gaming as well. I think Nintendo or someone affiliated with Nintendo had actually made cases for their digital store on the games as well, so that was kind of cool. Or sleeves, rather. So you could get a case, and then an empty case, and then put the sleeve in. So it looks good on a shelf. Shout out to all the Sabinas of the world. I probably missed a few eggs as well. Sorry about that. Which challenge would you like to play? I like to play Race to the Butterflies. Now, this is another thing that's new to this game as well, is you get an additional mode and a hunter challenge. That's 3 things in this video instead of 2. Now, I think the reason why one of the earlier parts was, I think even then it was under an hour and 10 minutes, was because I had a bit of trouble with this, and that's normally not a thing with me. But it's not because I was missing any of these things, because the only way you can really get to first place is if you hit basically all of these these sort of speed boost doodads. So we've got to fly through the rings and beat the butterfly. However, something that the game did not make abundantly clear was just that you can actually flame the butterflies and slow them down considerably. I think even more so than the previous game. So in the original, it's like that, because sometimes they will not push you back as such, not in the literal sense, but they will overtake you a lot of the time. So it's around here where you get that sort of trouble. But if you can get close to them and flame them, that's not as big a problem. So it's quite different to the original. Because these weren't particularly hard. So just flame them again, and that's just stopped him. And that stopped him for about half the race. Now this one here, right, so now we're just going to go into first place. Yeah? There's no way second place is going to catch up until much later. Yeah? So going through the stars will give me a speed boost, and later on there will be another upgrade for us, and that's the firework, which we can use, or firework, which can be used to home in on a butterfly. within certain parameters. So like you've got to get quite close. So yeah, now this is where it really takes all your skill. You've got to use, make the tightest turns. You've got to take as much of the inside lane as you possibly can to try and close the gap. And sometimes these races would actually be quite, you'd be quite close. Interesting that this one's missing that many speed boosts. I mean, oh, fucking hell, I'll take it. But yeah. Thank you. Oh, shout out to John and all the Johns of the world. But mostly me. I think I deserve it for all the shit I've put with this fucking captain device. But yeah. I'm not just singling out the Eurogamer review either. There were plenty of reviews that were like, yeah, it's shit because it's a collectathon. It's like, it's aged poorly. Like, well, in what ways? Because the visuals are fantastic. Actually, I will admit some of the texture quality is a bit shit. It really is. It's like, yeah, without the Xbox One X and Pro enhancements, this game doesn't really look all that great at all. It's like this, you know, for maybe an early, just after release game, not like a launch game, God no. Even from the Second Son and Knack, they looked fantastic, but not great. I mean, I'll give you that, fine, but
here I come.
Shit. So I died to the sheep saucers. So yeah, we've got to shoot down the sheep saucers for reasons like I don't get why they're here. Oh, it's yeah, of course it's because it's Spyro and hey, sheep saucers were something that were cool. It's almost by the numbers at this point. Like Under the Dragonfly. I mean, I'll give that though to them though. It's like that was Insomniac should have known better. End of the Dragonfly's devs, I don't think did. They needed something familiar, and hey, they did actually come up with shoot down the sheep sources that have no relevance to missions whatsoever. And you can turbo boost as well, and it's fucking cool. I used to go fast as shit and do it. Still do, I guess. It's a fun mode though. Yeah, this is fun. It's balls to the wall crazy. I think you could yeah, it's like, how is it aged poorly? It's like, it is a remaster of a 20-year-old game. Like, as far as I'm concerned, it plays very much like the original. It's a faithful adaptation. Yeah. I mean, I suppose, if you were to add the caveat, I played Super Mario 64 first, then yes, I would agree. Because Super Mario 64, I think, really had spoiled a lot of PS1 platforms. There's no way in hell that you're going to prefer Crash Bandicoot if you played Super Mario 64 first. I personally don't like Super Mario 64. I'm not a fan of the controls, I don't like how Mario jumps, but, you know, that's still a thing in other games. I like games like Poi, where you have the option to either have Super Mario 64 jump, or you can choose to like a Crash Bandicoot jump as well. So you can jump in the air. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. The hitbox on this thing. It's like, no, it really is generous, that.
Look out!
So, I'm going to completely evade that and go around the other way. I mean, I'm trying to fly up as much as I can, but I'm going to yeah, it doesn't look one of the good things about Turbo, possibly, the other half of it is, yeah, you're more likely to miss enemies, but they're even more likely to miss you. Because they have to follow a certain path, and I don't. But yes, if you've played Super Mario 64, then yes, of course, Spyro, the Reignited Trilogy, is good very well. You know, it's like, a great competitor.
Check it out, the squad leader.
But that's fine. Shout out to all the taters in the world. Although I have to pity you if your parents did call you tater. As much as I love potatoes. Taters. Potatoes are a plant in Fallout 4. Potatoes, but people forgot So yeah, it's like, I mean, I think Spyro's a good trilogy. Obviously, I think the remaster's brilliant. I think it. I can understand that people might not like it today, but I would honestly recommend it to kids, or someone who. I would recommend this trilogy to someone who's never played a console game before. I really would. The controls are fluid. Like, you've got all this stuff on the controller, like what the hell's a share button or an options button, what are these triggers for? Don't need to know that. You just need to know X, square, and circle, and that's it. And Spyro 1 cannot make it any more simple. If you're looking for something a bit more advanced, Spyro 2. You want something really advanced, Spyro 3. You've got the most replayable, you've got the most original, and then you've got the most refined. That's how I view the trilogy in order of the games. Most replayable, most original, most refined.
Listen carefully, you stupid girl. I'm only going to ask you one more time. Why haven't you disposed of that infernal dragon?
I've tried to scare him off, Your Highness, but he's just...
Gotta admit, I don't know what it is about the sorceress. I think it's
Afraid?
the eyelashes and the lips that do something.
Why have I been
I don't
telling
know.
you all these years?
Never had a thing for the sorceress. I don't think you
Use
could.
some magic.
My God.
Here's a
Don't look
spell
too
book.
half
Wake
bad
up
there, I must
monster
admit.
and eliminate him.
Kill him?
I don't care what you do, you useless brat. As long as you get rid of him.
I just realised.
Okay.
So this dressing gown that my folks got me for my birthday,
This ought to
I
do
had
it.
that last week.
You can't keep me caged up in here.
It's like, it's I think about 2, maybe even 3 sizes too big, which is fine. But then it's also got a hood as well, so it makes me think I'm Bianca, basically. Like with the sleeves that just flap around like that. And the hood as well.
What the devil?
I didn't say I pretend I'm Bianca, I just said it makes me think that I'm Bianca. Perhaps I am confused about my identity. Or perhaps, maybe I know, I shall accept it. I don't know.
When I heard the sorceress was planning to ambush you, I got here as fast as I could. No worries though. This wussy green toad will be no match for the...
So this is Buzz. Moving away from that terribly awkward conversation there. Buzz is the boss I was talking about earlier. Very simple mechanics. I'll show you how easy it is. That's Buzz. Like, how do you not figure this shit out? This is Buzz, for Christ's sakes. This is Buzz also. I could understand if he was struggling with the timing of something, if the boss was too fast, if there were homing projectiles. But, I mean, this is easier than Crush. Like, in my opinion, the hardest boss of the entire trilogy was Toasty. So far, anyway, Toasty was the hardest. I really don't want to do the second boss of this game. Fucking hated it. And I haven't done the sorceress in ages. Oh, it's alright. So I somehow got hit by the flames when I honestly don't feel was that was deserved. I'm not quite sure. I was above the ground. At least that's how I perceived it. I could be wrong. Oh yeah, when you defeat the boss as well, you also get an egg. So that's good. I'm probably going to film the next part today. I'm probably only going to do that though. The thing is that I won't have any more time throughout the week to record. So I apologise that you will only be getting 2 parts. At most. So at least, I should say. You might get another one if I'm lucky. But I don't know.
Okay, Dragon.
And there's got to be a week as well.
To
where I'm
survive
gonna be away,
longer than
so
I expected.
whatever recording I do, I'm going to have to...
You haven't the slightest idea what sort of dangers lie ahead of you. I suggest you grab your cat friend and whatever eggs you found and hightail it back home while you still can. I'm telling you this for your own good, you know.
So we're seeing some character development here with Bianca. She insists that she doesn't really want to kill the dragon. She's using her magic finally to do something a bit more volatile. And is having a bit of trouble coming to terms with that. Bianca's character will develop more later on. Unfortunately, her character sort of begins and ends with this game. I mean, it's good that you know, a character arc comes to a close and you don't have to sort of see it in sequels. But I should say Legend of Spyro Trilogy. But yeah,
the portal will open. Why don't you try spitting this rock at it?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like, the sorceress is mentioned occasionally. Like, it's always the sorceress' spell book. I've got the sorceress' spell book. Let's do something fun. Oh no, something not fun happened. Ugh. Or like, oh no, someone's stolen the sorceress' spell book. Oh no, Ripto has the sorceress' spell book. That was supposed to be Bianca, by the way. And that's really sort of where the character just ends up now. She's just like another Allura, or whatever, you know. In fact, no, not even Allura. Like she doesn't even guide Spyro like Allura did. Yeah. Shout out to whoever that was. I wasn't paying attention. I noticed as well those sort of lights there. They weren't as out of focus in that cutscene with Bianca and the sorceress. For some reason, I don't know. That it looks as though they were added afterwards, but they forgot to add the sort of out of focus effect, or they didn't know how to do that in the engine. I have no idea. So here we are in Midday Gardens, I should have said earlier. I love this lobby. I love all the lobbies in this game, I really do. But this one's quite good. It's home to some of my favourite levels. We'll be going to Barnyard Speedway, or whatever the fuck it was called. Country Speedway, I think it was. Yeah, that works better. And it also has the home of some of my least favourite levels, like in there, Enchanted Towers. Really don't want to be going there. In my Let's Play of this on the Greaser Gamer Show, I had immense trouble finding the gems there. It's like I practically spent like I spent like 3/4 of an hour doing that single level. I fucking hated it. So and even now, with my lack of knowledge from things, because I'm trying to get used to the trilogy, it's gonna suck even more. And the foliage, Christ, I hope there's no foliage, because it's gonna be arse. It's gonna fucking suck. I can tell you right now. Spooky swamp there. Let's see what Hunter's got to say for himself.
You see ladders or walls that look climbable. Just jump onto them and you'll grab them with your claws.
It was also here where I first noticed how each of the portals looked different and even had different shapes and sizes. Spooky Swamp there is in some sort of hut or tent with a nice bridge leading over to it. You got Bamboo Terrace over there as well, with a sort of oriental, if that's the correct thing to say in it, look to it. It looks gorgeous as well. I can't wait to see what they've done with Bamboo Terrace. Unfortunately, I can't 100% complete that level until I've got another character, Bentley the Yeti. If I think he was called that because I guess it maybe sort of rhymes, Bentley the Yeti. Country Speedway's there. Why were they done with it? Yeah, they didn't really have all these ornaments before. I think it was just like the bottom bit there. That was really it, and a sort of tiled roof to it, and that was it. So yeah, hey, good on them. Good on them for expanding on it. I would love to have seen it in the Crash Bandicoot games, instead of just like copying Crash Bandicoot 3 afterwards, with Wrath of Cortex, The Big Adventure, or Excess, and the other one, not Insane, Entranced, I think it was. Was it Entranced? I'm pretty sure it was, because I know that the main antagonist there was Entropy and Entranced, so yeah.
Hi, Spyro. This is a Super Flame power-up. You'll find more just like it scattered throughout all the worlds. Why don't you try this one out by using it to break all these planters? I think I saw Reignock hide an egg in one of them.
Like the animations there, it's like Zoe was, they had a sort of thinking animation where she said, I think there's I saw a Reignock hiding an egg in one of them. That was kind of cool. So by destroying these planters here, we get ourselves, well, we might find an egg. We might find, fuck all. We might find the means to seize the means of production, Conway. No, we just found an egg, and the dragon within is named Matt. Hello, Matt. Now, are we naming the dragons? Is Spyro just going there and saying, yes, I'm going to call you Matt, and, you know, hope to God that you didn't hatch prematurely, or are these written down in through the ages that the order in which dragons hatch is... these are the names that are attributed to them? I don't know. I don't know how Dragon Society works. Underwater egg. We've got some gems to get here. Lots of gems. I don't know why I said it like that. Once more, I'm going mental. Shout out to all the Daves of the world. This is what happens when you don't socialise with anyone. And your only communications with your folks, which there are very few, and with lovely Chris, who is just as mental. But he's lovely though, so it's alright. Oh, yes, I just thought as well, speaking of lovely Chris, because I'm always buying shit for him. The Shadowrun games and Deus Ex Human Revolution are for sale on PC. Like, they're £2. Like, fucking get them. They're fantastic games. Another thing as well is Origin have got a sale, I think, until the March the 15th, might be the 13th. So I need to get my arse in gear and upload this part the next day. I think it'll be the 12th, or when the Division 2 comes out. So yes, Origin have got a sale. Oh yes, your Uplay units, if you have those gold Uplay coins on Uplay, they expire on April 1st. No, it's not an April Fool's joke. So get spending them. Buy yourself some DLC. Buy, you know, if you've got 100 of them, get a 20% discount on Ubisoft games if you're on PC. And that includes games that aren't out yet, like the Division 2. So yeah, put it towards that. And if you pre-order the Division 2, you do get to choose one of 3 games, like Watch Dogs 2. Far Cry Primal and something else. I think it was Ghostlands. But you don't pre-order though, because you're not a wanker. And because you have enough self-respect to wait, and be patient, and learn that things might not be up to scratch at launch, and that you can wait, and that you exercise your consumer rights properly. So yeah. Oh yeah, the Division 2 won't be launching on any other stores after...
my good friend Spyro. The
after launch.
sorceress caught this
So you won't be able to get it on Green Man Gaming or
rockets in
anything,
her
or
fireworks
Humble or
factory,
anything like that.
but I'm willing to release.
Yeah, did I say earlier that the Shadowrun games and Deus Ex were on sale on Humble? I know they were on sale. I don't think I mentioned where. So yeah, good website. I fully recommend it. I'm not a big fan of Humble Bundle, Humble Monthly as such. Humble Bundle's fine. They've also got Horus Heresy books on sale as well. They're great. They're really fantastic.
But that is
Bird in the hand.
far better thing you do today, Spyro, than you have ever done. And, well, so forth, etc. You get the idea.
Etc. You get the idea. We'll be doing that level later. I'm just going to quickly check something.
Sergeant Bird, 90068. Awaiting orders, sir.
There should be no reason why it fucks
I
out.
think
though.
you'll have to find your commanding officer for that.
Yeah, so I'll end this
What
part
are those things?
These are the latest
once we've
military
rescued
hardware.
Sergeant Bird.
DBX-9 rocket launchers, state
I
of the
just
art.
saw my lovely
So
lit
why didn't you
handsome
use them
face
to
there, so
escape?
that's always a nice thing.
Because I
And you guys get
had
to watch an
ammo,
hour of it.
and I
That's
wanted to
really nice.
conserve it for this.
I'm sorry, I was interrupting the cutscene.
Hey, where'd you come from? I thought dragons had all been dead for 1,000 years or something.
Well, the rumors of our extinction were slightly exaggerated. We just wanted a little peace and quiet.
Well, if it's peace and quiet you want, you should stay clear of my homeworld for a bit. I reckon I'll be blowing up Rhinox for weeks. Cheerio!
There's so many things I love about Sergeant Bird's new character model, like the floppy playing card, the animation, the glassy eyes rather. Yeah, the eye details are nice in this game. I've already said it before. Like, you can see the reflections things. Okay, so that's it. So we will be going to Sergeant Bird's base, and we'll see where we go from there. So thank you ever so much for watching. I apologise that this part is so short, but I don't really want to go any further. Oh, no, let's not go any further. There is something I need to do in the previous lobby. Don't let me forget, guys, or guy, whoever. You know, just let me know that I still need to do one part before, but I maybe watch the next one. I don't fucking know. I'm an idiot, alright? TLDR, or TLDR, whichever. Until the next time, Theo, thank you very so much for watching. You guys take care, and I hope you've enjoyed this bit of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Ta-ta for now.